Hi, I'm Janine Webb, Vice President of Donor Engagement at the Calgary Foundation. In the spirit of Family Day, we have the pleasure of interviewing John and Taylor Amundsen, a father-son duo from Unbiased Financial Inc. And we're going to learn a little bit about their very unique partnership as we head into this Family Day. So first question is, what got you into this line of work and what inspired you?
Came a point in time where I wanted to create something for myself. And really, I wanted to build a business that would treat the clients the same way that I'd like to be treated if I was a client. So back in 1999, Nancy, my wife, and I sold our beloved Volkswagen van and to buy some computers and provide a few months of cash flow. So that's when it all started.
And Taylor, obviously, there's a familial connection.
Sure. So on that note, I basically started out with the Royal Bank because my dad had started out with the Royal Trust. And I loved it. I worked in the Mission branch as an account manager. I lived in Mission and walked to work, and it was great. And so I thought the world of banking and finance would be good for me long term.
So tell us a little bit about your personal and family values. How might those inform your work?
Well, isn't it interesting that family values start with family? So I would say that first of my values, Nancy's values, would be family. And next would be integrity. Third would be balance. And lastly would be initiative.
How is it that you begin a conversation about philanthropy and giving back to community? How do you start that conversation with your clients?
Generally, I find that the fall is a good time to have those discussions. It links in with, although these giving discussions aren't tax driven for most clients. Mm-hmm. Having tax as an entree to expand the conversation is often a nice complement to the discussion. So in the fall of most years, I'll talk to my clients about gifting, and that includes gifting to family members, but also gifting to charities. And really, at the same time, we often are doing year-end tax planning, and it's a nice time to link the two, and I think perhaps have a discussion about maybe giving a little bit more than they might typically give to charities that make periodic requests, and look back a little bit about their overall circumstances, and then identify in many cases securities that have large embedded gains in them, and identify some of those securities for a potential gift to charity.
So this question is just a little bit more broad, which is, why might you recommend that clients work with their community foundation, regardless of where it is that they live?
I might suggest that partnership of that type is a wonderful way to expand your core service offering, facilitate in-depth conversations with your clients around their philanthropic values, and ultimately help to contribute to a good cause.
The first thing that comes to mind for me is great people. And while I can't speak to the other community foundations, my suspicion is that they, like the Calgary Foundation, really attract the cream of the crop in terms of directors, staff, and chair people. I mean, I've noticed that consistently with the Calgary Foundation. You have great people. And as a result of that, when you work with great people, it makes you look good as an advisor. And to Taylor's point, it's fascinating. I've had one client that I think is for many years, it was a new client to the Calgary Foundation this year. And I learned a lot about that client when we went through the process with the Calgary Foundation that I didn't know before. and they've been clients for over 15 years. So I would suggest that by engaging a community foundation, that advisors will learn things about their clients that they didn't know, and it will enhance the relationship. And the clients will very likely appreciate the support that they receive in working with the community foundation.
Thank you, John and Taylor. We are so appreciative of you joining us today and for sharing a little bit about your dedication to philanthropy and for your advocacy of the Calgary Foundation. And for those of you viewing, we'd love to hear from you. If you have ideas for our newsletter, or if there's a topic you'd like us to cover, please contact me, Janine Webb, at the Calgary Foundation. My email showing below on the screen right now.